Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today this is something new, something slightly different. It is a comic book collection video. I suggested it when I did the review of my 10th Doctor issue, the 10th issue of the 10th Doctor 1. I asked you guys if you think that would be a good idea, and you guys said yeah, so I will do it, and I am doing it now. I'll go through each of the comics and what I thought of them briefly. If you don't already know, I've reviewed each one of them individually, in depth, so yeah. Thanks for commenting, guys, as well, for on the last one when I suggested whether or not I should do this video, so yeah, thanks for that. First of all, we've got issue 10 of the 10th Doctor one. It's very meh. It's not brilliant. It's, as I said in the review, it reminds me kind of the Lodger. It's an okay episode, sort of a okay one-hit wonder. I do like the monsters in this, but it's just very meh of a comic book. It's one you could easily miss out on. And that if you want to, but if you don't and you want to pick this one up, then you can, but yeah, that issue 9 of the 10th Doctor one, that kind of finishes up the story arc with the Weeping Angels. A very good sort of wrap up on that. Concludes it very nicely and whatnot. I like the front cover, it's very good. So yeah, that. Issue 8, I can't really remember much of issue 8, so sorry for that. Issue 7, I'd say issue 7 is probably the weakest one. Out of the Weeping Angel story arc, so it's issue 6, 7, 8, and 9. And yeah, all from the 10th Doctor one. I'd say, as I say, issue 7 is probably the weakest one. I say that, but I originally, when reading these, I read them in sort of the wrong order. I think I read issue 6, 8, 7, and then 9, so yeah. But yeah, I think, as I say, issue 7 probably is the weakest one out of the Weeping Angel story arc for me, personally. Strongest one being issue 9, 8, probably issue 8 or issue 6, because that's the starting point. This one gets to a good sort of end point, and I like some of the scenes in this one, or panels from what I can remember. But yeah, I love the front cover of issue 6. Probably the best cover for the Weeping Angel one, alongside that one. But yeah, so yeah, you've got all the Weeping Angel ones there. So issue, as I say, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then you got issue 5, very reminiscent of issue 10 in the sense that it's very one-hit wonder, that you could just start with this one, and whatnot. Very one-hit wonder, not very much to it. Very strange story from what I can remember, but yeah, I really like the cover, very sort of World War II war poster like. And then that's it for all the 10th Doctor ones. Then you've got issue 7 of the 11th Doctor ones. Can't even really remember much of this one. Alright, yeah, very strange one, can't really remember much of that one. This one's quite good. Issue 5 of the 11th Doctor, we get introduced to this alien creature. I just like how the sort of 11th Doctor's art style in his comics are very reminiscent sort of his Doctor, like his Doctor's drawn these comics in that sense. And then you've got issue 2, which of the 11th Doctor ones, which is very reminiscent of sort of the oil pastel-like cover. Then you've got issue 2 of the 9th Doctor one, which I have reviewed. I don't know if by this time I've uploaded this video, if I've reviewed it, I'll put that video up there. But yeah, it is a very good one. I like the front cover, it kind of reminds me of the Nana Jeans, and whatnot. There are some panels that are a bit dodgy. I really like this one, as I said in the review. Very good issue, if you can pick that one up. Issue 1 of the 9th Doctor one, as I say, very oil pastel like. and whatnot. Very decent one, yeah. It sets out a good sort of story arc. And then, oddly enough, a classic series one with the Seventh Doctor, which, incidentally enough, if you look at all these, the ones, they're by Titan Comics. But this one is published by a different publisher, IDW. So yeah, it is slightly different. It has Sylvester McCoy as the Doctor. Oddly enough, I don't know if I mentioned this in the review that I did many moons ago on this one. The sort of these hovercraft-like things are usually used in sort of expanded, like in the expanded sort of material of Doctor Who, and yet I've never seen sort of the Daleks ever use them in the show. These sort of like hovercrafts. It came with like a time zone playset once, and it's also been seen on the front cover of the sort of Big Finish stuff. But yeah, Nemesis of the Daleks, a very good, very good portrayal of the Seventh Doctor, and I like him in this one. I just wish I had got like a graphic novel of that sort of one, because I've never seen any of the other sort of issues that I need to get the rest of the sort of story. So yeah, these are all the comics that I've got. Doctor Who one's quite a big mess of a collection. So yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.